Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
Man, here we are out at Hernando de Soto River Park yet again. This tends to be our home base, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It's a great little spot.
Got ourselves a little different format we're doing today, right?
That's right. Matt's going to tell us where we got the name Midsouth Boomers.
Man, I mean, that was a no-brainer, right? We're from the Mid-South. So, I mean, we're just kind of differentiating ourselves geographically. But
you weren't born here, though, right?
No, but I've been here a good long time. I moved here in 6th grade, and I don't want to be telling stories about how old I am, but we've been knowing each other for a minute. So
a minute.
About 40 years.
Thereabouts, yep.
So I mean, and that was pretty soon after I moved here, like a couple years after I moved here.
Okay.
That we met.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised here.
But yeah, so I moved around a little bit, military brat. You know how that goes.
That's right.
Well, I mean, yeah, when Dad gets stationed someplace else, the family pretty much moves with him. And Boomers just kind of fell into place because, I mean, you know, that's just for people that set off fireworks, right? I mean, all the kids are always calling us Boomers because we're setting off these fireworks and stuff, and so, you know, that just kind of stuck.
Right.
I mean, it's Midsouth Boomers. So that's us. We're the Midsouth Boomers, and we're coming at you with something different here. We're just talking about some stuff. We're just sitting and talking. So, Jody, let me ask you, what made you get interested in fireworks? I mean, what's your background? What fascinates you about this stuff?
Well, when I was a kid, we always did fireworks, 4th of July and for New Year's every year. And I remember going out to a place out in the county with my dad where we bought stuff. And man, I was little.
Out in the county, Shelby County's always been locked down, right? I mean, as long as you've been around.
Well, I think there's one place in Shelby County that is grandfathered in.
Just been around forever.
It's been around forever. So I don't know the whole story on that. I don't know if Shelby County like expanded or if it's always been where it is now. So I don't. Maybe in the county you could sell back in the day.
Counties are pretty well set when states get their charters, I think. So I mean, cities grow.
Yeah.
But counties pretty much static.
Well, no, you know what? Because there's places up north of me that are still in Shelby County, I think, where they sell.
I guess it's Memphis. I always thought it was Shelby County, but I guess it's Memphis.
It's in the city you can't sell.
Where fireworks can't be sold. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so I did that when I was little, but then didn't do fireworks for a long time. But then a few years ago, my kids were just asking. 4th of July one year, hey Dad, can we do some fireworks? Okay. So we went and picked some stuff out. With mixed results. Some of it was good stuff, some of it not so much because we didn't know any better. That would have been great to have access to YouTube channels to watch and kind of get an idea of what to buy. I mean, I'm sure they were out there. I just didn't realize it, at the time. And so coming up the last couple years, I started watching a lot of videos, and I started seeing, these guys on YouTube, Cody B Pyrotechnics, Backyard Fireworks, more lately Silver Stag Pyro. A lot of these other guys, I could go on and on with that because there's so many out there. But I mean, they look like they're having a lot of fun with it, and I thought we could get in on some of that fun.
I got to say, and I'm going to mention this now, I'm really just starting to watch some of these channels. When Jody brought to me this concept of us doing this channel together, I thought, okay, that'd be a lot of fun. And he suggested I watch some of these things, and I said, eventually. But I wanted to come in and try to set things up from a first perspective. A first principle concept, and not rely on how somebody else was doing it to define my idea of how it should be done. Now, that's not to say that I don't expect some of these guys are doing it better than us. I think some may be, and we have some things that we may be doing better. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just getting into it. But I wanted to have just my own take before we got rolling, and Jody respected that. I don't think he so much agreed with my mindset, but I'll be coming around and picking up some stuff that they've been doing starting now. I'm starting to watch some of these other channels.
The main reason I was wanting you to watch stuff is just to kind of get an idea of how people were shooting this stuff, because I know the video can be real tricky, and some of it, that was really the main thing. And as we've learned, there's a big learning curve.
Right.
With that, it's not easy to video this stuff and have it be right. You got to track it, and it's in the dark, and some of it's unpredictable. You don't know which way it's going sometimes.
I think the biggest problem we have is stuff getting out of focus, and quite frankly, some of the best that he's mentioned, some of their stuff gets out of focus from time to time. So
it does.
That just happens when you're shooting at night, and there's not. I mean, cameras are great in daylight conditions. I mean, they're fantastic about keeping stuff in focus. The technology's come so far, right? I mean, autofocus just works.
Yeah, it has.
But at night, when there's not a light source to focus on, it doesn't work quite as well, and it'll struggle to keep that focus on an effect. Okay. Well, I'm going to answer that same question that I just posed to you real quick. We talked about me moving around, and when my first exposure to fireworks really was in a safe and sane state out west, where you can only have these 8 feet sound effects. You can't have no brakes. You can't have firecrackers or verboten. You can have sparklers and little. You can have your smoke bombs. You can have little snakes and stuff that doesn't explode, is what you can have. And the fountains are limited in height. It is an 8-foot range at maximum. I think that's universal, pretty much the West Coast, Washington, Oregon, California. I was in Washington. So that's what I started with, and then moved here. I was in 6th grade, so I was still young, but coming into beginning of teenage years, I was here and started to see some of the other stuff that was available. And I knew it was out there, right? I mean, but I didn't have exposure to it, and it really took my fancy. And as an adult, I started getting into shells and just thinking, I want to build some mortar racks on these things and fire stuff off and fuse stuff together. And I started playing around with that and not having much success, but at about that time, I got a dog that was just terrified of fireworks. So I just kind of put it all in a box, right? I put it away, and she's since passed on, had a good life with us, and I'll cherish her memory. But now I'm kind of back in the game because she's not in my life anymore. So
I was just thinking about something you said there, talking about when you came here, and you had said earlier that you met me not long after moving here, mm-hmm. and I was just remembering our teenage years. At Raleigh Hobbies, there were quite a few bottle rockets and other things that were that were done in those years.
We got a little irresponsible with that stuff, and that's not to say that we want to promote that. I mean, bottle rockets, in all fairness, are very unlikely to do much damage to anybody. I mean, you can get some burns off of it, or if it hits you square in the eye, you always hear about putting your eye out with something. I mean, that's always the big concern because, I guess it's among the more vulnerable parts of a human body. But, we might have shot some fireworks at one another and some bottle rockets from time to time. And not that we'd encourage that. We certainly understand it if maybe that was part of your history too. I mean, because, kids do stupid stuff sometimes. And as adults, we try to teach them from the benefit of our accumulated wisdom. But that doesn't mean we didn't get up to some nonsense at times when we were growing up too. So,
Ladybug.
All right. So what's next on our list of topics here?
I think we wanted to talk about our process a little bit.
Right. What goes into making a video? So obviously, there's a few things. Obviously, you got to have the ordnance, and something like this. We're just throwing this together. We're just riffing. We have some questions in mind that we wanted to share with y'all. So this is a little different. But our standard video, we got to have the stuff to shoot, and we kind of do it in a couple steps, right? We're shooting a daytime shoot to just kind of present the ordnance that we're planning to fire, and then almost all fireworks are designed for night, and I expect we'll do a daytime themed show at some point.
We have some stuff in the stash ready for that.
Yeah, but that's the exception, right? I mean, pretty much you got to shoot after dark.
Pretty much, if you want to get anything out of it and be able to see the effects.
And we've been running into problems. We mentioned again and again that we're shooting right by the Mississippi River, and if there's any wind at all, there's no wind breaks on the river. Camera perspective. I mean, we're looking out at a big open space and distant horizon right now. There's nothing blocking the wind. You see some tree cover behind us, but there's nothing behind the camera here blocking any wind. So if there's any wind, it really kicks up here and causes us some problems. We've had to scrub a couple of shoots because of that.
Yeah, we have to plan around the weather.
So I've never been that guy, but now I'm watching the weather app, right? And wind speeds is basically what I'm paying attention to. We can bundle up and deal with the cold. We don't want to be out here in the rain, but it's basically the wind that cues when we're able to shoot.
Yeah.
You got anything to add to that conversation about the process there?
Not really, no. I think you covered it. You know, the daytime shoot, go over what we've got, and then wait for dark.
All right. Well, let's get on to our wrapping topic here, and we've talked about the past and the present. Let's talk about the future. What's in store for Midsouth Boomers? What we got on tap? What are our thoughts? What are our plans? What are our aspirations?
Well, our immediate plans, we're taking a little road trip.
Looking forward to it.
Day after tomorrow, we're going up to Missouri. Going to hit some spots, at least 3, maybe 4, we'll see.
Road trips are fun too, man.
They are fun.
I mean, I like just driving.
I like driving. I like finding cool places to eat.
I feel guilty about it sometimes, just burning gas for like no reason, but I don't know. I get over that.
We burn fireworks for no reason.
That's another good point.
Well,
yeah.
we burn fireworks for entertainment.
Got a pretty big high carbon footprint on these things too. They ship them over from China.
Yeah, I've wondered about that. I don't really know how that all plays out, but
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, we're gonna go up there, buy some stuff, come back here and have some fun.
We ought to do us another budget shop while we're on this trip.
I think we're going to do 3.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Yeah, I think 2 videos a week is probably what you could count on from us.
That's what we're shooting for.
That's what we're going to try to do.
And
2 videos a week.
I think we can produce that. We certainly have enough concepts in the can.
We do.
That we can do that. And there's always more stuff they're coming out with. So
always more stuff.
They want to keep selling stuff, so they know they got to keep coming out with new stuff.
We've got plenty of ordnance, on standby. We've got it ready to roll. A long list of concepts for these things.
All right, and I'm going to add to that we are paying attention to what y'all teams are interested in. I mean, if you want to tell us directly through the comments, we're 100% eager to see that. But even just passively, we're looking at what y'all are watching on our YouTube channel. So we're going to try to do more of what seems to get y'all's attention, just because, I mean, that's the point, right?
That's the point.
This isn't just self-indulgent, although, I mean, it is that too. We're having fun doing this, but we want to make it something that y'all want to watch. So Absolutely. If you have some suggestions or input on that, feel free to comment away. And if not, we're just going to pay attention to what y'all are paying attention to and try to do a little bit more of that.
Yeah, if there's any particular ordinance you want to see, put it in the comments. We'll try to track it down.
That's true. Yeah. And now this is legal stuff, right? I mean, we're not, there's some stuff that we're not licensed to do this professionally. We're doing just commercial grade stuff, consumer stuff.
Consumer level stuff that you can buy in the store.
And I'm not saying I might be interested in going through that process and getting more into the professional shows, quite frankly. I mean, I'm starting to look at it just online as an option, but that's not something we're doing now at all. This is all just stuff you can buy off the rack at your fireworks store or your tent or wherever. But if there's a particular product you want to check out, we probably do too. So
yeah, we'll probably, if we can figure out where to go and get it, we'll try to do that.
And we can rub up the scratch to purchase it too. I mean,
well, there is that. Yeah.
I mean, if there's some kind of $750 super finale box,
you might be on your own with that.
Well, I mean, we might put up a little Kickstarter.
Well, right. Yeah.
Or something. I mean, there's ways to do things, right? But or the cheaper stuff. I mean, anything short of $100 is certainly on the radar, right?
Absolutely, and even more than that. I mean, down the road, just give us a little time to get going here, and I think I don't see where anything would be off the table.
Right. We're hoping this takes off and we can get this channel monetized where. Some of the ordinance really starts getting paid for by YouTube viewership, and we certainly appreciate that y'all are paying attention. What else we got for the people?
That's it, man. I'm ready to blow some stuff up.
Man, we're going to get to it. We got more in store. Keep an eye on the channel, and we'll try to keep y'all interested and satisfied. Till next time, Boomers.
Oh, God. I hope that wasn't too rambly. You know the beauty of that shoot? If we don't like it,